Thank you for joining us once again on the channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time of day that we may be reaching you. We'd like to say a very big welcome to each and every one of you. Now, if you are joining us for the very first time, please do well to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Now, to all of our existing subscribers, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our posts as they come your way. Thank you and God bless you. On today's report, Oshiomohle decries the late arrival of electoral materials. Now, we know that today is that day that Nigerians have been waiting for, the February 25th general elections, the day that Nigerians have been anticipating so that they can cast their votes for the choice of a president, the National House of Assembly, and the House of Representatives. Now, all around the nation, we have seen various reports. We've seen the turnout of crowd. We've seen the large turnout of crowd in some places. We have seen also the low turnout of crowd in some states. We have seen violence in some few states, not very major, but few states. So far, the elections have been peaceful. Now, yet elections did not hold in some places, but we know that the INEC chairman is going to make a press release as regards that. But so far, the 2023 general elections that we have seen today seem to be very peaceful, free, and fair in some locations. Now, Oshiomohle, the former governor of Edo State, has cried out about the late arrival of electoral materials. Now, yes, in some part of Edo State, there were few complaints about the late arrival of electoral materials. Not even only in Edo State, some other states saw the late arrival of electoral materials. Now, we saw polling units not opening up on time. Even when polling units has opened up, there were no officials on ground. There were even where officials where there was no electoral materials on ground for the election to be kick-started. Now, this is one of the things that Oshiomohle is crying out about. We're going to see that in the details of today's report. Now, Adams Oshiomohle, the former governor of Edo State and the All Progressives Congress candidate for the Edo North Senatorial District, has decried the late arrival of electoral materials in the Esako Federal Constituency. Oshiomohle, who was the former national chairman of the party, said that he had reported the matter to the electoral officer in charge of the locality. Oshiomohle, who expressed confidence in winning the senatorial election, alleged that the development was targeted at the federal constituency. He said in Okpela community, where the House of Representatives candidate of the party hails from, electoral materials arrived at 11 a.m., but there was no ballot paper and result sheets. While also in Ward 9, there was no result sheets, ink, and stamp. He noted that the electorate vowed not to vote if all the materials were not made available. Oshiomohle listed Ward 7, 8, amongst others, as some of the areas where electoral materials were not made available, adding that the situation was more pronounced in the Esako East local government area. Now, according to Oshiomohle, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) is clearly not ready in many polling units in the Etsako area, because they know that in Edo North, there is no way that they will do free and fair election. I will still have overwhelming votes. I believe that is why they targeted this local government for this crisis. I've had this information before, but you see, sometimes let us wait and see, as we cannot prove it. Now we have seen it. I think they programmed it in a way that the votes will be minimal. But the good news is that the people are enlightened. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC's) rule is that where election could not take place because of their own fault, it has to be repeated either the following day or another day assigned for it. So they cannot get away with it. We are ready for a long distance run, he added. Well, that is it on the details of today's report. And we can see Oshiomohle crying out about the delay of election materials in the Etsako area of Edo State. And he says that at the time that the election materials did get to the polling unit, it arrived at about 11 a.m., but there was no ballot paper, there were no result sheets. He also stated that in Ward 9-2 was the same issue of no result sheet, ink, and stamp. Now, all of this, we don't know if they were actually definite or deliberate actions on the part of INEC, or it could be that along the line while preparing, there were some disruptions. But we know that INEC definitely should look into all these complaints. Now, in these various wards where election materials did come late, and at the same time there were no ballot papers, there were no inks, there were no result sheets, there were no stamp, all this, I believe that if the elections couldn't hold and it's as a result of the fault of INEC, yes, the elections in those various areas will hold the next day or the day after. Now, definitely there will be a rerun of all these elections, and I don't think it's something to be worried about. It's in the place where INEC doesn't look into this case and doesn't hold a rerun election in those places. That is where there will be issues to all of this. Well, Oshiomohle has stated his point and he has cried out, and we believe that something will be done in these various local governments. Well, that's all we can take on the details of today's report. Until we'll come your way next time with more news happenings around the country, please do well to stay safe. Bye-bye.